create a beautiful DIY wine rack from the hit show Trading Spaces.
Yep.
Welcome back, Brett Tutor.
We fed you. I hope you're satiated because it's time to work.
Time to drink now, right? If you feed me, I'll build you whatever you want, anytime.
Well,
Amen.
Truly, this DIY was inspired by you, Nikki, because Brett heard you just moved into a new house.
That's right.
And he may or may not have
I've heard that I like wine.
Well, that as well. But also that you didn't have a wine rack. Because a lot of people were bringing her, you know, housewarming gifts and she had no place to put the wine.
Problem solved. And this is a really fun way to do it. And it's really easy. And it's a build, a DIY that people can do at home. You can totally try yourself. So yeah, we can just get to it. We built two. We have a mini one, and then we have one that's mounted on the wall here. And,
so depending on how many housewarming gifts you got, you decide which one you're going to be taking
How much wine do you drink?
Well, you got started on this earlier today, right? So
Let's take a look.
Yeah, so this is called ghost wood, but you can use any type of wood. That's what makes this such a fun DIY project. So first, you kind of measure out how long you want your pieces. So we had a short one, we had a long one that we put on the wall, and then I cut the big one down to 4 feet, and then you want to mark the points where you're going to drill the holes for the wine bottles.
Okay.
And this is actually called a riddling rack. I can't ever say
it 3 times.
Riddling rack. Riddling rack.
Easy for you to
And
say.
it was, you would put the wine in, and the yeast would float to the neck.
Interesting.
And then you would get rid of the yeast, and that's how you would put wine.
This seems pretty easy.
Right, so that's called a Forstner bit. We have one right here. You drill it at an angle, and you'll see why. On all the little spots that we marked.
Okay.
Do all your pieces. I measured them out every 6 inches. And you can also put different things in the holes. You don't have to fill it all up with wine. You can put in succulents. You can just leave them blank.
Right.
You can do whatever you want,
I didn't
you know?
think of that.
Get creative with it. And this is the back piece. So then you need a frame for it. And so we just flip these over. And then we screwed a little frame into the back with what's called a French cleat. And I'll show you that in 1 second. And this is just lining it all up so it's nice and square. Drilled some pilot holes so we didn't split the wood. Put some screws in. And bada bing, bada boom.
There you go.
There, see, that's the top. You got a bottom.
And there
that,
you go.
yeah.
Amazing.
Just like that.
Can I ask you, why ghost wood? What is ghost wood specifically?
Ghost wood, it's like a reclaimed wood. And I like this because a lot of people love that farmhouse, that modern farmhouse
Right.
look. So this is a great way to do it. Now, if you're on a budget or you're on a time frame, like we did this in an episode of Trading Spaces. We didn't have any money. I had to build it under $10.
Oh my gosh.
So for Sabrina Soto. And so we got 2x4s that we just found. So it was almost free. And so instead
I like
of,
almost free.
Yeah.
Almost free is good, right?
You could do it with a pallet even.
You can do any, that's what makes it so
think of
fun.
that.
That's
Any
cool.
wood that you have laying around, just grab it. With the 2x4s, we beat it up. I accidentally set it on fire.
Wow.
I got
and
a little trouble.
Did it still live after you've set it on fire?
Yeah,
a little bit. It looked a little more vintage.
It was very vintage.
Can you explain to me why you did it at an angle when you said
Right,
go at an
so
angle?
when
Why?
you put the wine bottles in, you don't want it straight, right? Because
Okay.
you don't want the wine bottles to fall out.
Right.
You want it at an angle.
So it goes, I see.
Exactly.
Can you show us how we hang this?
Absolutely. So there's a
Great.
few different ways depending on what type that you built. Y'all may know what a French cleat is.
Yes,
If you
of course.
Don't, yeah, you guys are
You have
pros.
heavy art, you hang it on a French cleat.
Exactly.
Yep.
So when you have something heavy, a French cleat is a really easy way to hang it. So you need a stud finder. You put it on the wall, you find the stud, and then you drill. This is one side, so there's 2 pieces of this. So the other piece you'll put in the wall on the stud, and then you'll put this on the back of your piece.
It just hangs,
it just
like
hangs
that.
just like that.
So that's how you did that one. And it's not very heavy without the wine in it.
No, it's not. It depends on how much wine you
Right,
drink,
but
I
that's
guess.
good. You know, so it's not, if you and I wanted to put it up there, we wouldn't have a
It's
problem
not at all.
doing it.
It's not heavy at all.
Now,
And this
if you
is
live
different.
In, right, because you live in California, we can sometimes have earthquakes here,
Don't put things
so
on
it's
the wall.
not a great idea to hang your
Especially
wine
your
up
nice
there.
wine.
Right. So what if we wanted to make one like this that we could actually have somewhere?
Very easy. So I actually built one of these for myself
this
at
is
home,
cute.
and I ran into it walking. It's right by my door, and I knocked it off. So empty wine bottles are a good idea too. I learned instead of full
right.
wine bottles. But this is another
I
option.
love this.
Yeah. So you can build it any size you want. You can make it huge, or you can make it small like this and put it on your countertop.
How did
This
you
is
make
great.
this one?
It's the same stuff. We just kind of cut it in in half. It's about 2 feet, and this is great for countertop height. And we put a little piece on the back just to lean it sideways.
Kind of like a picture frame.
Just like a picture frame.
Okay.
But one thing you want to keep in mind is that it doesn't slide. You don't want to just lean it
something
against
underneath
on your countertop.
This is
and have it
beautiful,
slip
and I love the succulents. Nice touch.
do.
It makes it fun, right? So
You could stain it, you could paint it.
you could do whatever you want. You could, if it's a wedding present, you could write a message on it. You could decorate it in a festive holiday, you know, green and red for Christmas.
Yeah,
whatever
you
do.
could actually give it to a friend of yours for Christmas in July, or maybe for like a housewarming present.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, there might be somebody that we could give that to.
Maybe.
You think?
Who do you think?
You know what?
Really?
Today's your lucky day,
Absolutely.
Mama. You're going home with both of them.
What? And the wine?
And the wine. I
What?
can't